Hi, Jessica.
Hi,
Hey,
Katrina.
nice to see you again. Hey,
Good to
come on
see you.
in and take a seat.
Thank
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
you. Good to see you too.
Yeah, so I know last time we met, we did a little bit, talking about getting to know who you are, but I just want to review on a couple of things there. One of them is in regards to the confidentiality. So everything remains between you and I, just unless there is any danger to yourself or danger to another person, or if a judge subpoenas the records, then I would need to release those. Um, so does that make sense? Do you have
Yes,
any
thank
questions
you.
about it?
No, good, thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take some notes. If that's okay, do you feel comfortable with me? I'm going to just kind of jot down some things that we talk
Yes, that's
about.
fine.
Okay, wonderful. Well, so anything specific you want to talk about?
Yes, there was something that has been on my head lately. It was an event that happened 2 years ago, and it was a very hurtful experience for me.
Okay.
Someone very close to me said some very hurtful things, and it just has been on my mind this week.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. You said you mentioned 2 years ago. So anything triggering that event from 2 years ago to bring it up currently? And
Yes, it was my husband and I. We were trying to figure out a gift for my mom, for my mother-in-law.
mhm,
Her, um, in that specific, I guess, a situation brought back to mind those memories,
mhm.
and I was just having a hard time um, because it was something that I just thought that I had already gotten over,
Oh, okay.
and so that's mainly why.
It sounds like it may have been something really painful that she had said. Sounds very painful. So, okay. Well, was there anything specific that stands out to you that she said?
Yes, she was. Um, this was when I delivered my third daughter.
Mm-hmm.
We were at the hospital. Um, she was helping out um, during this whole transition, and she said she noticed how my relationship was different than it was with her than with other friends. And um, in that situation, what she said was that I was not an authentic person, and that my personality or my character changed depending on who I was with. Um, so to me, it was frustrating because she was basically calling me like a fake person, that I was not real, which was frustrating because how can you have the same relationship with each person? Um, I can't have the same relationship that I have with her as I have with my friends. I were just different people. You know, you just have more trust
Mm-hmm.
with certain people than with others. And she was just nitpicking at my relationship with other people.
Mm-hmm. Um, how did that make you feel when she brought this to your attention?
I feel that it was very shocking at first. That was my first um, feeling, was just shock that I didn't know she felt that way towards me, and also um, I started getting very depressed. I would say because her and I really, or in my opinion, shared a special bond.
Oh,
So
okay.
when she was mentioning all these things, I started to realize that my view of the relationship was not reciprocated.
Mm. Yeah, that could be very heartbreaking when you have um, a perception of a relationship and then the other individual doesn't share that same.
Yes.
same connection or perception. Okay. Um, so, anything specific, any examples that she had shared with you in regards to the connection that you had with another individual and the connection that she shared with you? Anything specific that she brought up to your attention?
Well, she did. She mentioned on one occasion where some friends came over to visit, and um, she was just saying how, I was happier around them and that I was more, I guess, in her own words, more welcoming
Mm-hmm.
towards them
Okay.
than we were with them. I asked her specifically if there was, anything that I did to make her not feel welcome in her home or to make her feel, that we were making a difference. And she said that no, that she felt that I was respectful, that I would treat her, in a welcoming manner. So I asked her, so what is it then specifically? And
Mm-hmm.
she was just telling me it's everything that you do, everything. And that's when, I was just getting more frustrated because I was like, what do you mean everything? Can you narrow down, like, just tell me specifically what it is that I'm doing
Right.
that is bothering you? And she was not able to tell me one specific thing.
Mm. Well, the word everything can be very broad, so yeah, that would be difficult to try and understand what what exactly she was feeling that you're. It sounds like you're trying to address and accommodate for. So yeah, yeah. Tell me what your relationship is like now.
Our relationship now is it's cordial, um, but distant. It's just cold,
Okay,
different.
okay. So, explain to me, how did you get from hurtful to cordial? And it was so painful.
Mm, I think once I started processing everything that had happened, going over it, you know, over and over that situation in my head, I started to realize and just self analyze that it wasn't anything intentional that I was doing. I was never trying to, make any kind of difference between, you know, my relationship with her as with my friends or any kind of family member. So after I just knew that my intentions were never that, I realized that it was nothing that I was doing really. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just very eye opening to
Mm-hmm.
me that the way that she was perceiving me, it was not the way that I wanted, her to feel. My intentions were genuine, and I really cared about the relationship that we had.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, I mean, it was hurtful because the relationship that I thought that her and I had was not what the way that she saw it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good observation to be able to see clearly how there was a, a disconnect in the relationship, the identification of the relationship. So, what do you do now when you have a conversation with her? How do you feel now?
I feel still like a respect towards her. She's always gonna be, in our lives. She's always gonna be someone, special to her family. But I've learned to um, not pursue it further than that.
Mm,
I think mainly because I'm shielding myself from being hurt again.
I see. It sounds like you're establishing um, a sense of common ground. And am I hearing that correctly? Where the way that I'm hearing you perceive the relationship now is that you've established some sort of common ground with her.
hmm Yeah, we both are talking, and sometimes she'll call me, sometimes I'll call her so she can talk to my girls, but um, it doesn't really. I don't think it's ever gonna go back to normal the
Mm-hmm.
way that we had it before.
Okay. Where do you want your relationship to be?
I just want to feel, I guess, accepted the way that I am, and not the way that she thinks I should be. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if she wants to have a relationship, I need her to accept that I can't change who I am
Right.
in order to please, her, because
Mm-hmm.
that would basically mean that I'm out of character. It's not really who I am. So she would be having a relationship with someone that doesn't exist, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if she wants to pursue a relationship, it would have to be with, just who I am, and I wouldn't have to be pretending to be something that I'm not.
Yeah, okay. Do you have um, any ideas or thoughts of how you might want to try and establish that a little bit more with her?
I think that me personally, like if she ever brings it to subject, then I would touch that subject with her. She's a very sensitive person, so I know that if I bring it up on my own, it's probably not gonna go well. Um, so I'm just waiting for her to kind of make that first approach, if she ever does. Because till this day, she's never apologized for anything that she's done. So I don't even know if she really wants that.
Okay, all right. Well, we actually don't have a whole lot of time today to go into that, but I definitely want to touch on that the next time we get together. Would that be okay to revisit and reschedule, and we can um, uh, just kind of elaborate on that a little bit more? Yeah.
Yes, that sounds
Okay.
good.
All right. Well, I will make an appointment. We'll get together and discuss that a little bit more.
All right.
So
Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you so much for
Thank you for your help.
for coming in.